Hey guys, what is up? It is your friendly neighborhood Oogus here, back again with another Isaac Brigman. This time we're going to start with Scapular. And hopefully, I'm going to turn this fucking immediate abomination of a run, because I touched it, so it's automatically an abomination, into a breaking run. We're going to do it. Hopefully. I don't know. We still require a bit of luck. Gotta get either the habit or short plug. But if I can get either of those two, we got this. We got this shit. We got it on lock, and that is a great way to start. 17 cents is a really good way to start my mission to acquire one of two shop items. That's real good. That's, yeah, absolutely. So one thing I wanted to say though, because I'm so fucking excited about it, is that, so as you know, I play World of Warcraft, and in World of Warcraft, you can get mounts that, you know, of varying rarities, I guess. Some are fairly famous due to their rarity, their scarcity. One such mount is one of the most unique mounts in the game, and it was introduced in the Burning Crusade, and you may already know what I'm talking about after those two little tidbits of information, but it's called Ashes of Alar, and it's, I mean, to today's standards, it's not that spectacular. In fact, the textures used on it are pretty bad, but since it is mostly particles, it's fucking sweet anyway. But it's basically just a phoenix mount. It's a flying mount. It was super famous because in BC, it was the only mount that gave you 310 movement speed, I believe. 310% movement speed while flying. Regular flying way back when was 60%. They then buffed it to 150%. And then there was the epic flying, which is 280%. And then there's like the super spectacular, awesome epic flying, which is 300%. But Ashes of Alar went to 310. It fucking dialed all the way to 11, right? And so it was super cool because of that. Also because it dropped from a fairly late tier raid boss at like a fucking 1% rate. So it's yeah, it's some crazy shit. And it dropped for me finally. After fucking... Alright, I'll be real with you. I didn't farm it nearly enough to actually complain about how much I was farming it. But because, you know, BC was the first expansion of the game, and now we're in Warlords of Draenor, which is the 5th, it's not very difficult to solo the boss that drops it. So, I was running it on a few characters every week, since I had returned, like 2 months ago. 3 months ago, almost? 2.5 months ago, for sure. And it finally dropped for me, and I got super fucking pumped immediately. Seeing that shit drop feels so good. And that's the other thing, by the way. Nothing is spectacular about Ashes of Alar anymore, aside from the look. Also, the prestige of the mount itself. It's definitely less rare than a different mount that I have, which is the Swift Rizashi Raptor, which no longer is possible to be acquired in the game, so I would consider that quite a bit more rare than Ashes of Alar, even though technically it had a higher drop rate, I believe. Ashes was like, actually Ashes is under 1%, right? It's like 0.6 or so, I think. The Raptor from old Zul'Gurub was like a 1.5% drop rate, same with the Tiger. The Tiger was the one that I wanted real bad, but I never got it, and I did end up getting the Raptor, but now you can't get either anymore, so. You can get new ZG mounts, which are fucking dumb. They're lame because they're not the old ones. So that sums up my feelings. But yeah, it's great to have Ashes, because I was like, man, I don't know which flying mount I want to use between the Deathwing random drop mount or any of these other really shitty mounts. Well, one of the two Deathwing drop mounts that I got. Listen, I'm abnormally lucky with very specific things when it comes to video games. I also have been farming for Mimiron's head for a while, and that has some drops, so I'm gonna call bullshit on that, but you know. Anyway, so that was cool. That happened earlier today. What else I want to talk about? There was something else that I had in mind, and now it's gone or something. I don't know. It's probably something anime related. I mean, I have been watching. Whoops. I have been watching Hunter x Hunter. And it really, really does pick up the pace after the beginning. Because the beginning is like just this slog. It's like a prologue to a book, right? First of all, I fucking hate reading books. Books just are very boring to me. I mean, yeah, hop in. Yeah, books are just generally kind of boring to me. Pacing tends to be a problem with books, which most people can deal with because it's like, well, I read the entire Harry Potter series in an afternoon because I'm a psychopath. And I'm like, yeah, you are, but I'm not, so. Well, I am, but in a different way, I suppose. So I don't know. I don't really like reading books, but I have read books. And the worst thing about books, by far, has to be any book that has a prologue. Because for some goddamn reason, the prologue is like fucking required to actually understand the rest of the book. Except the prologue is like, it's like reading an encyclopedia. It's fucking stupid. And I hate it. I'm gonna go to the shop, actually. I'm gonna actually check this out. Alright. There was another, yeah, here's a tinted rock. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter kind of starts out really slow, like, almost like it's a prologue. But it picks up the pace after the Hunter exam actually starts. And by actually starts, I don't mean like phase 1 or whatever. Which, I guess phases 3 and 4 were the two that really interested me so far. But, I don't know, it's alright. It's not, I wouldn't consider Hunter x Hunter, like, incredible. I wouldn't consider it, I mean, it's fine. You know, it's an okay anime. I'm not upset that I'm watching it. And I am going to probably watch it the whole way through. I can't imagine that I won't. It's just kind of weird. It almost feels like it's meant to target a younger audience. But, like, it has really bizarre moments. If it's meant to target a young audience, they are expecting a lot of things about that young audience that I wouldn't personally expect out of a young audience. I mean, for example, there's like this actual kind of death overtone, I guess. Like, it feels like Yu Yu Hakusho in that sense, and apparently it's the same guys, so that makes sense, but it just constantly feels like the atmosphere of the show is just coated in the idea that these characters are gonna die, you know? It doesn't feel like any of the characters are safe from getting murdered. And it's mostly because it does a really good job of kind of keeping the power of all of these main characters who all have completely different motivations, and some want to kill each other. Like, their power, their strength is really hidden. You don't really get it. And that's, I mean, that's kind of cliche, you know? The whole, like, I only used 1% of my power. You know, that sort of thing. But, I mean, it keeps it interesting. Even if it is cliche, it keeps it interesting for sure. Ugh, come on. Stupid, dumb, idiot holes in the ground. This is the loudest this room has ever been. They're shooting a lot of shots. Okay. But yeah, it's just this constant overtone of death, and I like that, but I feel like that's not a thing that really suits a kid's show. And the reason that I say it seems like a kid's show is that it's got all these, like, almost childish comedic moments, and that's not a bad thing. Don't take me saying it's childish as, like, a pejorative sort of thing. I just mean, like, it feels kind of, I don't know, childish. Like, it's not very adult humor. It's not very highbrow sort of stuff, you know? It is kind of slapstick and stuff like that. You know, it's just kind of basic humor that anybody can understand, right? That's why I'm saying childish. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And then the other thing that makes it feel like it's aimed at kids is the whole, I don't know, the main characters just look like they're part of a kids' TV show. That was part of the main reason I didn't want to see Hunter x Hunter for so long. I mean, seriously, it looks like a children's cartoon based on just the main characters' looks. I mean, fucking... yeah, all of them, honestly. The only one that doesn't really look like a character from a kid's TV show is, Leorio. I can't pronounce Japanese names with any amount of, confidence. Not even simple ones, man. But, yeah, that guy. He's the only one who doesn't really look like a character from a kid's show. And even then, he kind of does. This is maybe the most incredible set of items I've ever seen in my life. It's a lot of health that I just threw away, but shit, man, how do I say no? So, yeah, I mean, the character design looks a bit childish. There are a lot of childish moments and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's a pretty fucking serious show. Serious-ish. Alright, we got a sharp plug. We got there. We in there. And I say serious-ish because it's kind of a wonky one. I don't know. It's hard to gauge. There are a lot of pretty intense moments, though, for sure. Question is, do I sharp plug right now? I think so. This is fine. Oh, this is actually really good. Oh, you know what? No, this is great. This is potentially incredible. Well, I don't really want that. That doesn't help me. So yeah, see ya. Oh, don't you do this to me. Alright, the good news is, as long as I don't take 2 hits in any single room, we Gucci. No problema. I didn't think that I didn't find either of the 2, item rooms. I thought I found one of them. I wasn't really paying attention. So now we get to infinitely reroll until I get something that I give a shit about. Old bandage might hurt us. Because if I pick that up, I'm pretty fucked. I'm looking for multi-shot or spoonbender pretty much explicitly here. Either of those two would be great though. Mom's wig is actually not bad. You know what? I'm gonna heavily consider it. I want to find a key. There's a lot of keys on the floor. I just need to find, you know, I gotta pick one. I gotta nab one. That one will do. I want to scout my other item room before determining if I'm going to keep re-rolling the mom's wig or if I'm going to take it as mom's wig, because the wig is real good. Absolutely real good. See ya. That's pretty good too. But I'm gonna re-roll this one. And so the reason this works, is that worth it? How will the math work out? Let's think. So that'll put me up to 4, then down to 2, then I get 4. I mean, yeah, that's just strictly worthwhile, isn't it? Is it? No, not really. It's not quite the wafer. It's like kind of close. But the reason that this ends up working at all, by the way, you know what, I'm gonna take number 1. That's pretty good. The reason that this works is because Scapular makes it so whenever I take damage in a room for the first time, that reduces me to only half of a red heart, and that's it. It will give me a spirit heart. And spirit hearts are spongy, which means that, you know what, I'm gonna say no. That means that if you take damage over the amount the spirit heart will absorb, then instead of it like going into your red hearts, it just stops at the end of your spirit hearts. In this circumstance, of course, I'm talking about Sharplug dealing 2 hearts of damage, but I only have 1 spirit heart. So instead of dealing 1 spirit heart and 1 red heart of damage, it literally just takes away my spirit hearts and leaves me with whatever red hearts I have left, meaning that I'm left with half of a red heart, and because I'm continually leaving and entering the room, it considers it the first time that I'm in the room. And you can denote that by the yellow glow around me. If there's no yellow glow, that means I don't have the scapular ready to go. Alright, we in there. This is an interesting little thing there. Alright, I'm gonna blow this open. So now we have the wafer. So now, fuck everything I said before. It's irrelevant. Because now we basically get to just reroll a fucking shit ton for free. Not literally free, but for half a spirit heart per reroll. Or half of a red heart, I suppose. And that's it. That's all it takes, because the wafer is great. And I will absolutely go in here. Definitely worthwhile. Net positive, 1 black heart. That's quite good. It appears as if no other rooms have anything. Well, there are keys everywhere. But I don't know if I want to use my last bomb to get a key. I can't get that one either. And the other ones are too far away. Fuck that. Alright, we're done skis. We're done skis. Kind of don't want to grab red hearts. Actually, again, it doesn't matter. I have wafer. Never mind. This is perfectly fine. I was like, you know, I don't want to grab red hearts in the event that I want to use scapular as well. Well, I can, thankfully. I have no problem doing that. Because, wafer allows me to just, eat away half of the red heart. So if I use Sharplug to a point that gets me down to my red heart, in most situations I would just die on the next use with only 1 red heart remaining. But again, with wafer, it reduces all damage that I take to half of a heart, including Sharp Plug, which normally does 2. So this is great. Alright, don't really want to be here yet. Shocking, I know. Bomb is sweet. This run's going quite well. Now that I have a bomb, I'm going to blow this open. I thought there was maybe a chance that I could have gotten to the super secret room. Definitely wanted to trade a bomb for a key, though. That much I had no doubt. Alright, cool, 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 nice, awesome, sweet, cool. Nice. Alright, yeah, this run's sweet. I'm a big fan. There's also a bunch of tinted rocks laying around. Let's see what we got in here. No. 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 Alright, you know what I'm gonna do, actually? I'm gonna not dig into my red hearts yet until I beat the boss, because I want to not remove my chances of getting a deal with the devil. Also, I want to go in with, you know, kind of maximized hit points to some extent. So basically, I wasted some time there in the item room. I was probably going to do all of that anyway, but we'll see what happens. Screw is fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Goat head, huh? Also, if you don't have any red hearts, Scapular will activate upon you going down to half of any heart. As long as it's just that, so. This guarantees 2 more deals with the devil. I think that's worthwhile. Okay. Gah. Gah. Ooh. Oh, one character in Hunter x Hunter that I kind of like, but at the same time is like really fucking weird, and I really dislike him, is shit, what's his name? Hisota? Is that the name? Also, we fucking won, boys. So, on average, the crystal ball gives, it definitely gives the spirit heart more than 50% of the time. I don't know an actual percentage, but anecdotally, I would say it's around 2/3 of the time you get a spirit heart. Oh, Chubb just likes smoke, huh? Meaning that as long as you're at 50-50, it will consistently break even. 2/3 you will steadily build an amount of spirit hearts. At 100% drop, it's a lot more frequent. And then here's the other great thing, is that you can get Hierophant card, which I would say definitely ups the count probably a bit farther than 2/3 of the time you get spirit hearts. Simply because of Hierophant. But now I basically get to utilize this to get up to HP cap of 12 spirit hearts. Probably. It does depend a little bit on luck. Even if it is at 2/3, theoretically I can get a consistent string of bad luck and just lose health. Oh, that reminds me of the other thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about what Blizzard did yesterday for you. That honestly I think might be the dumbest thing that they've done when it comes to balancing a video game that they own. It was impressively bad. Very, very poorly executed. And seemed like they just kind of fucking gave up. And of course, if you were paying attention to any sort of video game news outlet yesterday, you probably will know what I'm referring to. It is the nerf to the Grim Patron Warrior deck. in Hearthstone. This is, as you can see, String of Bad Luck. Now, this nerf was so fucking ham-fisted. Let me elaborate what they did. So, Patron Warrior, if you don't play Hearthstone, crazy deck, one of my favorites. Just because, not because I enjoy playing it, just because it's a sweet deck. I don't really enjoy playing it. It's kind of a weird, I don't know, it doesn't really appeal to me from a gameplay perspective. It should, it's like my perfect kind of thing, but I just like the idea behind it more than anything else. But it basically secured very quick and easy wins if your opponent did not interact with you in any way. Right? That's essentially the requirement for you to have these super ridiculous easy wins that everybody posted to Reddit like crazy, because they're all fucking idiots and they're like, look at this single example of a ridiculous thing happening, and then, you know, they upvote the next ridiculous thing that happens, like the Aviana combo or whatever. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a tier 1 deck, or it was a tier 1 deck, and whatever. Fuck it. Anyway, I've already walked over that argument so many times. Also, this is ridiculously bad luck. What in the fucking fuck? Serious? Right now? You fucking, you're real? Broseph? I was up to like 10, and then I just fucking kept losing them. But what they did was they took Warsong Commander, which used to read 3 mana 2/3. Whenever you summon a minion with attack 3 or less, give it charge. Now it is 3 mana 2/3. Minions you control. What is it? Minions you control with charge get +1 attack. That's it. What a fucking bad card. It's worse than Raid Leader, which is a neutral card. I believe it's a common as well. It's not even a rare. Which is a 3 mana 2/2. Slightly worse stats, but all your minions get +1 attack. What the fuck is with this fucking shitty luck? Give me just Spirit Hearts. This time I'll stop if you give me like 8. Alright? 8. I don't give a shit about the rest of this fucking bullshit right now, alright? Just give me my goddamn Spirit Hearts, and let me move on with my goddamn life. So now the card is worse than a fucking, or I guess not, it's not basic, sorry. It's whatever the fucking main set is. The original set. Classic or whatever. Fuck off! Just give me some Spirit Hearts! This is actually pissing me off, like, real bad. I don't understand what this fucking luck is about, man. Why? Where's the other strength card? I'm just gonna pop the other strength card. You know what, let's clear this shit out. Whoops. Sure. All I want are Spirit Hearts. Is that too much to fucking ask? There was another strength card. I know there was. There it is. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, you motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking stab you. Right in the face. This is ridiculous. Oh my god! Come on! What the fuck? Like, I had standard luck for so long, and then it's just like, no, fuck you. You know what? No. You're trying to get Spirit Hearts out of me. I'm fucking done with you. Motherfucker with the goddamn... What the fuck? Just give me Spirit Hearts. It's not that difficult. I don't even want a lot. You had me up to like 10. And now you're not letting me get past fucking 4. I could have been done with this like a half hour ago. All right, we're at 6. I'm gonna get to 8. Hey. Hey. The other thing is where are my fucking Hierophants at? Where are they at? You know, the Hierophants do exist. Weirdly enough. It is a card that I got multiple of. Excuse me, pardon me. Fucking why? Well, alright. Okay. Just let me... Okay. This is getting more and more difficult by the fucking moment. The amount of hermit cards in this room is unreasonable. Oh my god, just give me spirit hearts! Where's the fucking difficulty? Fucking Joker card, okay. Alright. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these fucking hermit cards. Just all of the teleport cards. I'm gonna... Stop it! I don't want this anymore. I want to be done with this. Just give me my spirit heart so I can get the fuck out of here forever. I don't want to be in this room. This is the opposite of an enjoyable room. I don't want to pick up random cards. You fucking why? Okay. I'm like barely touching my keyboard. And I'm just sliding around the room like it's a hockey rink. You know what? 6. Good enough. I can't get past fucking 5. So let's roll with this, right? That's the play. You know what I'm gonna do though? First of all, I'm gonna continue to hold on to a Perthro rune. Because I need that. That's a thing I need. And I'm gonna fucking play this motherfucking retard until it gives me a goddamn motherfucking thing. Thank you. I didn't even touch it. Oh, you give me a Hierophant. Okay, cool. Nice. Awesome. I mean, I appreciate it. It's great. I don't want to pick up a random card. I do not. Ipecac doesn't... unfortunately, it doesn't really do much here. However, these both do good shit. So, let's do that. Blow that up. And then I'm going to leave this room forever because I fucking hate this room and wish it didn't exist anymore. What I will do is continue to pick up random cards, and I'll pop the Joker, of course. Right. Okay, I forgot that it was... Stop. If I am not let me pick up what I want to pick up and then just fucking leave. I just want to fucking leave. Damn it. Shit. I give up. I give up. I can't even blow up a wall. Oh, God. All right. It's okay. I'm fine. How am I not even able to blow up a goddamn wall? This is suddenly just the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. Anyway, let me get back to my explanation on the whole Patron Warrior bullshit debacle that really shouldn't have even been a thing. I mean, Blizzard handled it as poorly as you can handle something like that. Because what they did, they effectively made Warsong Commander worthless, right? The card no longer will be played at all. Unless they buff it. It is a completely dead card, right? There are numerous ways they could have made Grim Patron Warrior no longer tier 1 without completely deleting a card from, you know, being played in Hearthstone. That was unnecessary and ham-fisted. I'm gonna try blowing up this wall again. So unnecessary, ham-fisted, overall just kind of shows that they don't really know what they're doing. But the biggest problem I have is that people complaining about Patron all this time haven't really looked. I'm pretty sure they haven't looked at the metagame. Because they always say, oh, it's just Grim Patron everywhere. There is a good amount of Grim Patron, but it has never been the most played deck in the metagame. Never. So there's one problem. Here's another problem. If you don't know, Grim Patron tends to beat the majority of mid-range decks. Decks whose strategy involves controlling the board perpetually until your opponent is at a point where they can no longer contest your board, and then you kill them. That's the goal of a mid-range deck, right? Is just basically, you know, it's the classic, the Hearthstone model, if you will. We want the game to be about board control. That's what mid-range tries to do. Patron beats the shit out of mid-range, right? Again, did, I guess, beat the shit out of mid-range. No longer does, because the deck is dead. Thank you. But here's the problem, right? So if you look at the metagame, so here's, I was trying to think of a way to visualize this. So imagine a Looney Tunes-esque situation where you've got a boulder, right? Not even Looney Tunes, I guess it's more like Roadrunner, which is, that's Looney Tunes, right? I don't remember. Anyway, so you got fucking Acme physics involved, right? And what you have is a gigantic boulder, right? And that boulder is being suspended. It's being held up. It's not going to fall down because there's a stick under it. That's it. There's just a stick, right? But imagine that boulder is covered in fire ants. And those fire ants are mid-range decks. Okay? In this incredibly bizarre and potentially unnecessary analogy, that stick is Grim Patron Warrior. What the I just shat my pants. Alright, hang on. Sorry, that was the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't think I've ever heard that sped up. That was weird. So that stick holding up this gigantic boulder covered in fire ants, which the fire ants again are mid-range decks. That stick is Grim Patron Warrior, and the ground underneath the rock and stick, the ground is competitive Hearthstone. Right? Now, in this situation, I believe you can probably, oh, thank you. You can probably understand what, you know, the logical direction I'm going with this based on that description. But now, what essentially can happen, right, is the stick acts as a bridge for the fire ants, right? They can get to the ground. They can get to the metagame. But they're severely limited because of the stick. The specifics of the stick limit the amount of mid-range decks that make it to the metagame, the metagame, which means Patron Warrior is throttling the amount of mid-range decks we see. Right? That's the essential purpose of mid-range or of Grim Patron Warrior in the metagame. Now, when you kick the stick all the way out, you don't weaken the stick. You don't make it thicker to ensure that the rock stays up or anything. You just fucking kick the stick right out of the way. You wanna know what happens? You get ants. That's how you get ants. Right? So, here's what's gonna happen. The decks, the mid-range decks that were good, i.e. Secret Paladin, i.e. I guess mid-range Druid beat Patron. But basically, mid-range decks that they're really, their hardest matchup was, yeah, hop in, was Patron Warrior. Those decks now, they get to have free reign, right? Which Secret Paladin was a deck that was already on everybody's radar, and everybody and their mother was already fucking whining about it before Patron Warrior got killed. Got taken out back and shot in the back of the head. Fucking, what is it, Lenny style? Was that the character's name? What was that? What was even that book? I don't even remember at this point. There was some character in some book who, he was a big oaf, and he murdered a person or something, and then he got shot in the back of the head, and it was sad. But, you know, that's what happened to Grim Patron Warrior, right? And people were complaining about the Secret Paladin before Patron died. And now that Patron's dead, Patron, the hardest matchup that Secret Paladin had, maybe second hardest. I think Freeze Mage probably was a bit harder to beat for Secret Paladin than Patron Warrior. But Patron Warrior against Secret Paladin was like a 70-30 split in Patron's advantage, right? It was lopsided, to say the least. And now Patron's gone. So now the biggest contest for Secret Paladin is basically gone. And now it gets to reign supreme. And then everybody will be like, Valve, in 6 months, there's going to be people being like, Valve, it's been 6 months and you haven't done anything about Secret... Or Valve. Blizzard, sure, Valve, fuck it. Valve, Riot, you haven't done anything about Secret Paladin. It's been 6 months. And then fucking Volvo is like, stop spamming our Facebook. But, you know, then, like, people are just going to whine about that, and then that's going to get killed, and then people are going to whine about the next thing, and then that's going to get killed, because Blizzard loves to appeal to the vocal minority by fucking murdering decks for some goddamn reason. It's not balancing. It is the final, like, emergency oh shit button, right? And they've pushed that oh shit button a number of times. Like, they clearly don't know what they're doing, and they need to fucking get somebody who does. And, like, I'm sure they have smart people working there, working on balance and shit. But what they just did to Patron, what they did to Buzzard, what they did to Miracle Rogue, what they did to, you know, Warsong Commander before this last Warsong Commander nerf, like, well, in fairness, you know, before nerf number 1 of Warsong Commander, the card was absolutely bonkers. But, like, they've done it a number of times in Hearthstone, and obviously they've done it in other games. They have multiple games where everybody will be the first to tell you that Blizzard doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to balancing. And it's different teams, too, but it just seems so consistent that it's just a Blizzard thing, you know? And it's frustrating. I hate seeing it. I hate seeing it so much. Because I know that they have smart people working there. I know it. Does that make me guppy? I don't think so. I think I need one more. Yeah, okay. Now I'm guppy. Dunk. And bunk. And dunk. And blonk. Dunk. Sure. Alright, Holy Mantle, Jesus. So yeah, I mean they have smart people working there, right? Certainly. But they just seem to fucking get real confused and not know what they're doing. And then they just hit the oh shit button because they don't know what else to do. It's upsetting. I hate seeing it. the worst thing about the entire situation is the fact that, you know, everybody on the Hearthstone subreddit, you know, every time anybody posted anything about Grim Patron Warrior, they would be the first ones to be like, I suggest that we remove 1 health from Frothing Berserker. And I'm like, I agree, but this has also been posted, let's see, 14 trillion times. So, you know, you're not the first to think about this. Sorry to burst your fucking bubble. But you know, it's the same suggestions time and time again, over and over and over and over and over. And like, you feel that when that happens, the company creating the game will take notice and figure out, of all of these suggestions that people have for balancing this, you know, I'm sure we can figure out how to make this work. Right? Give me that shit. You imagine that they could figure it out, right? I imagine they could figure it out, but then they just didn't. Then they just showed that they had no fucking idea. I don't know. It's so fucking frustrating. I don't know, man. This sounds sweet. I haven't had one of these in a while. Yeah, let's just keep re-rolling. Let's just keep re-rolling. That was bad. I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't know. I think Patron probably deserved a nerf. I don't think it needed it, but I think it was reasonable that it got it. But I think that the nerf that they gave just shows how little they actually understand their own game, and it's obnoxious. Eventually I'm gonna get something sweet, right? I wish that we were already in Afterbirth with this. Do you know how sweet this would be? Let's take that. Do you know how sweet this would be in Afterbirth already? I'd have fucking 3 gigantic spooky, slightly off-red discs of fucking doom. Yeah, sure, fuck it, whatever. Stigmata's good enough. Alright, we're done here. Let's go. Move on. By the way, my damage is unreasonable. Yeah. Unreasonable. And I like it that way. This is the perfect way to be. This is great. This just feels good. That's what this is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The year is 2015. I still haven't heard of anybody else hearing that fucking deer noise in the background of the death sound for the fucking fetuses, blastocysts. I'm still the only one. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. Deer. All right. Yeah. Okay. No, this feels good. This just feels good. This just it feels good. I feel good. Da, 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 da. I knew that I would now. Da, da, da. I feel good. Da, da. I knew that I would now. Bow wow wow wow. So good. Bop bop. Woo! How do I say no? How do I say no? What part of me could even potentially say no? I don't understand what human being would have the amount of willpower required to say no to this. Because whatever that human is, whatever the willpower is that they possess, it's fucking dumb. And they're dumb. And trust me, I'm not in the wrong saying that. Nothing beats this. This is the peak. The peak! The pinnacle! I don't even need a D6. Who needs to break shit? Also, there's like almost no items left, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna be breakfasted soon, I believe. And I have Perthrow anyway, so. Soy milk, is that the pickup? No, it's not. It could never be. Unfortunately. Or fortunately. Death animations are harsh in my mellow, you know? Yeah, give me quad shot. Sure, it won't change a thing, but... Sure, Bob's Curse, hop in. You too, sack of pennies. The sad thing is I can't get Dad's key anymore. It's gone. Alright, backtrack time. We got some chests to open. Yeah! Get in here, holy water. You're my favorite item in the world. Is Libra the pick? I don't think so. I don't think Libra's the pickup. Unless... You know what? I think I've solved the mystery. Wait, where was... It was in here, right? Or no, it was... Yeah, it was. Okay. Let's grab some passives while we're at it. Alright, I believe we've reached critical mass. I don't believe there's anywhere else to go from here. I think I lost a slight amount of damage. Not a lot. I didn't just hurl all my damage into the dumpster, but I definitely lost some damage. I think I can be certain about that. Which I kind of expected, frankly. That's not to say that I have low damage. Because I certainly do not. Feels so good, dude. Alright. That was a good run. That was an enjoyable one. We actually succeeded in breaking the game. Holy fuck, it feels good. I knew that it would now. Sorry, I need to stop. I'm a monster. Thanks for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, please be sure to, leave a like and comment and subscribbles and maybe even favorite. That'd be cool too, but you don't have to do any of that. I'm not your boss. It'd be cool though. I would appreciate it. You'd appreciate it. Trust me, you would. Trust me, I know you. Yeah, you. Still talking to you. It's weird, right? It's through a video too. You could have just hit the X and you wouldn't have heard all this, but I knew that you would stick around. You specifically, of course. Just do it. Just do it! I'm not Shia LaBeouf.